Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. This is the Eradicator. I got some news that are really exciting here, and finally it does appear that Disney, or I should say, Disney, let's call it Disney, has finally parted ways with the stupid exclusive agreement with Electronic Arts, and we are going to have a lot of Star Wars games in the future, or so it seems, right? Because it was announced a couple of days ago, that's on January 13th, that they are going to work with Ubisoft to develop an open world video game. And finally, how long has it been since we've had an open world video game? I think the last time we've had a sort of open world video game was, of course, The Old Republic, and before that was Star Wars Galaxies, and that was basically it. And this is a type of game that a lot of Star Wars fans have been expecting for a very long time. The ability to roam around various types of planets, maybe, going from surface to space, who knows, maybe a Star Citizen set in a Star Wars universe. That would be absolutely fantastic. It will take, of course, a lot of resources. That's why using an established publisher and an established developer who has already enough technology and experience to develop those kind of games are definitely going to help. And the fact that so far that until now, basically, the Star Wars license was stuck with that exclusivity agreement with Electronic Arts is definitely making a lot of other publishers, a lot of other developers hungry, because they are going to see that as an opportunity to take market shares from EA, to take further more market shares overall in a growing video game industry. And that's why I think that the end of that exclusivity agreement here with Electronic Arts is definitely going to open the floodgates for a lot of new Star Wars games, because let's be honest, guys, we have kind of been starving since 2013, since the demise of LucasArts. What did we get, right? Apart from those stupid mobile games that not a lot of people care about. We only had the original Battlefront, which was kind of like not the original, the Battlefront reboot from 2015, which was kind of like shallow, right? Sure, it looked very nice, it sounded great, but it was kind of empty with little to no gameplay and no single player campaign. We had then Battlefront 2, which of course was plagued with that microtransaction debacle. The single player campaign is kind of very short and forgettable, right? It's only there to teach you the basics of the multiplayer game. And then we had, after that, Jedi Fallen Order. A decent single player experience. I personally liked it. I was glad that we had that, right? I mean, at this point we would just take whatever we were given, right? And then we had Star Wars Squadrons, which again is a decent half-priced game, but unfortunately it is plagued with social justice crap in the single player story. So let's see what's going on here. What is Yves Guillemot, who is the CEO and co-founder of Ubisoft, by the way, a fellow Breton compatriot. Not everybody I talk about Breton people on the channel. Anyway, so let's see what he says. He says, the vast Star Wars lore is an incredible source of inspiration for our teams. This is the beginning of a long-term collaboration with Disney. And by the way, you said long-term collaboration, so that means that there are going to be more games coming up in I'm going to talk about that after I read the statement here, coming up with Ubisoft. This is the beginning of a long-term collaboration with Disney and Lucasfilm Games, and we are pleased to be working hand in hand to build upon the incredible legacy of Lucasfilm to create a game that we know Star Wars fans will love. Well, hopefully they are going to create a game that real Star Wars fans will love, with actual content that is going to respect the legacy of the franchise. Ubisoft have a unique talent for creating immersive worlds, so we're thrilled to work with them on this project, said Douglas Riley, Vice President of Lucasfilms. We're inspired by the passion and talent of the team in Massive, and together we share a vision for the type of original stories we want to tell them with our players in this expansive galaxy. They have the creativity, experience, and community understanding to bring an awe-inspiring authenticity, depth, and innovation to this new Star Wars game. Next, Sean Shopta, Senior Vice President of Disney Games and Interactive Experience, says that in the Star Wars Galaxy and beyond, we work with the best teams, blah, blah, blah. All of that here is just public relation, boring stuff that we don't really care about. But what does this mean? It means that it's not just possible not just possible open world games that we may have here with Ubisoft. Ubisoft also owns and develops the Anno franchise, which are really enjoyable, management, types of game, a little bit of city building and a little bit of combat as well. I think that this type of gameplay would absolutely be fantastic set in a Star Wars universe, and I really hope that with this partnership coming up with Ubisoft, we also get some kind of real-time strategy games, because we've always had in the past strategy games. I'm thinking of Star Wars Rebellion and of course Empire at War. And when was the last time we've had a strategy game set in the Star Wars universe? It's been a long time. With Ubisoft, we can have this kind of thing. Of course, we've also can have other types of games with other developers. Speaking of strategy, how about other publishers? I'm thinking of Paradox Studios, also based in Sweden, by the way, because here it is going to be wait, what is the name? Massive studio based in Malmö, Sweden. Well, in Sweden there's also another developer and publisher called Paradox Interactive, who makes fantastic not RTS but grand strategy games. I'm thinking of course of Stellaris. I'm thinking of course of Europa Universalis 4. Can you imagine a Star Wars game based off of the Cloudwitz engine? That would also be quite fantastic as well. Anyway, the sky is the limit. We can think of lots of other different types of publishers. For example, we know that Bethesda is making a game based in the Indiana Jones universe as well. So it's not just Star Wars, it's pretty much everything that Lucasfilm owns is going to be made into games by various types of third-party developers. And I think that based on the debacle, the fiasco that we got to see with Electronic Arts, I think that overall this is fantastic news, and hopefully a new golden age of Star Wars game is upon us, with lots of new developers, lots of new publishers knocking on the door at Disney and say, hey, we got this idea, we want to make a game, can you give us the green light? And what does Disney have to lose? They just need to say yes, and they just cash in the money. That's basically it. So I think that's a win-win situation. It's a win for Disney, it's a win for the developers who are going to submit their ideas, it's a win for us, the players, who are finally going to get some more content. That's all I'm going to say here for this news. I'm really excited, but please let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Do you miss playing good Star Wars games or decent Star Wars games, or maybe you don't care about that at all? Please let me know in the comments down below. That's all for this video. If you like this kind of content, you know what to do. The like button and the subscribe button are down there. I'll see you tomorrow for more news. This is the Eradicator. I'll see you guys later. This video is brought to you by the people who support this channel on Patreon and via the join button as well. Supporters of the channel get access to lots of cool perks, such as access to my private Discord, your question answered in the show, you get to know when I'm going to play, and also you get to have a chance to influence the editorial line of the channel. Any help is appreciated, starts at just $1 a month. Thank you very much for watching. This is the Eradicator, and I'll see you guys later.